Good afternoon, everybody. It is a sunny day in the neighborhood on Sunday. Yes, Sunday is supposed to be a sunny day, and today is a sunny day. It's blue. The skies are blue. We haven't had any sky activity except for the flying predators, which are crows. We've got, not crows, ravens. Have been flying around here, and the guineas have been cackling because the birds have, they're looking like they're wanting a snack. This happened yesterday. There goes one. The hawks or ravens or whatever, they're larger than just a regular crow, and they like to swoop down and they will literally grab a cat. They're not looking for tiny little mice. They're looking for big fat guineas like these. And they will actually swoop down and grab a bird, in addition to what the fox does. But I hope everybody's doing okay on this Sunday. It's absolutely beautiful. Last night, or I should say early this morning, I finally hooked back up my security cameras. You know, they have been disabled. 4 of them were annihilated by the criminals, turning them on and off as often as they do. But everything was working fine. And then, of course, I went to sleep. And when I woke up and looked at the footage, I'm going to tell you what happened. Okay, so at 10:54, I'm going to just back up a little bit yesterday. At 10:54 a.m., there was a loud boom, bang, to the chicken coop over there. It was while I was cleaning inside. There was a loud bang to the metal roof of the chicken coop. That was a radio frequency that was sent to assault the metal roof right here, that chicken coop. That was at 10:54 a.m. yesterday. Yesterday at 11:15 a.m. inside the Cats building, there were multiple bangs to the metal roof, both on the left side and the right side. There were visual stalkers of the loud noise makers. There was, let's see, I wanted to tell you about stun gun patterns. And I'm going to jump around because I take notes. You know, I leave them on a notepad so I don't forget them. There's so much going on. And some of you guys have shown these patterns on your legs or arms. And this can happen while you're sleeping. It could happen from a little bit of a distance. But I'm going to show you what a stun gun pattern looks like. I drew it. It looks like that. 2 dots. 2 dots parallel to each other. Let me just get out of the sun so you can see it better. 2 dots parallel to each other. And of course, you know, they're blurring the camera. There it is. Stun gun patterns, that's what it looks like. It might be a little further apart than that, but it's 2 dots. 2 circular dots side by side. You'll find it when they want to burn your clothing, burn something in your home, or burn your skin. That's what the stun gun pattern looks like. 2 circular dots. They're exactly the same size, equidistant apart. And let me just scroll back here too. Okay, so now I set up my security cameras last night, and lo and behold, one of the cameras in the Cats building that faces outside, out in the field and everything, for some reason, all the color disappeared. It's only black and white. And then there's another one in the Cats building that faces the back. There it goes. Flying predator. And no matter what I do, the camera footage is upside down. The camera's not upside down, but the camera footage is upside down. So generally, it appears to me that when there are certain cameras that are targeted, It means that those cameras are particularly important in capturing the criminals. So obviously, anything facing out this way would be important to these criminals, and anything in back of the Katz building, because I can't see in the back of the Katz building from my house, right? But the cameras are distorted. What's going on, guys? What you making a ruckus about? Huh? What's the ruckus? Huh? What are you complaining about now? Huh? You photobombing everything. What's going on? Are those roosters bothering you? They're such drama kings. Look at him. Look at him. This is what roosters do. They do like a little skippy dance around the girls. Chirp. Show them your little skippy dance. Go on. What do you do to the girls? Huh? Are you flirting? You flirting with that little white girl there? That one? Okay. You don't want me to reveal it. I caught you. Caught you red-handed. So, yeah, it appears that they like to hack the cameras that are going to provide the most evidence. So when I played back some of the cameras inside the Katz building that had sounds during the nighttime. Now, it's not unusual for the Katz building to not have sound because there are cats in there. You know, they'll have a little cat fight. They'll play with a toy. You'll hear a toy spinning around. You'll hear them scratching in the litter box. These are normal cat sounds, but I expect to hear those sounds when the cameras are recording in there. There were none such sounds. Every time I attempted to play back the sound on any of those cameras, the camera would spin. It would try to connect. It would try 3 times. And then say connection failed. So then I noticed that another camera, this is a camera inside my house. No, it was working just fine. There goes a criminal. They hold up their cameras to me. Let's hold up my camera to them. So I noticed that the camera in my house, immediately after I went to bed, okay, there were absolutely no events. From 4:39 a.m. until 7:18 a.m. 3 hours were missing. Now, I have animals that walk around on my property. I've got raccoons and possum and cats, you know, an occasional stray fox and whatever. It's highly unusual for there to be no events. And then I did catch one event, and it was a loud boom. It was a loud bang inside my house while I was asleep. Let me find it here. Let me turn the page here. Oh, this is what the criminals do to my wood. This is what they do. It didn't look like this after it was stacked, but the criminals come here with their lasers and tasers, and they destroy the wood. So, okay, yeah, so on the playback, inside my house, after I was asleep, at 4:39 a.m., there was a loud bang in my house. Well, one, I was asleep. Normally, under normal circumstances, it would have woken me up. But these criminals, they use radio frequencies to put you to sleep, and I did not hear it. But yet, I heard it on the alert. But when I went to the playback to play it, nowhere to be found. And this is what the criminals do. This is third-party interference. This is how you know. When you receive an alert, and then you can hear the alert on your phone. But then when you actually go into the camera to play it back and it's missing, you know that they've wiped it clean. It's third-party interference. So then in the chicken coop at 4:50 a.m., there was somebody was on the property. Some thing triggered the motion. Now, it could have been an animal. It could have been a raccoon. It could have been anything. But again, when I went into the camera to play it back, there was no playback motion. There was an 11-minute gap between the loud bang that happened inside my house and the motion that went off on the way to the chicken coop. 11 minutes between the loud bang in my house to the chicken coop. And then when I went to play back the chicken coop, it just buffers and buffers. Whenever I attempt to view the event, the playback has no sound, no motion, no nothing. This is third-party interference. And of course, I submitted all of these to the camera company, along with photos to show. And if they come back to me and say, well, this is very unusual, that's what we'll do. And then I received another camera. This was this morning, right? I received a sound alert this morning, early this morning, 11:25 a.m. It buffers and buffers. It finally says operation failed. It will not play. I had to exit the app, go back in. The same thing happened again and again. It tried 3 times to connect to that sound alert. 3 times it failed. So this is just evidence of third-party interference. This happened when I lived at 52 Sutton Drive, Manalapan, New Jersey. I'll tell you what I had in New Jersey, just so that you guys out there, when you go buy security cameras, don't waste your money or whatever. This is what I did in New Jersey. Okay, so when I got divorced, I got a centrally monitored alarm system. No cameras, alarm system. I had break glass on the windows that would actually start to shatter. Like if I played my music too loud, it would start to vibrate, and sometimes the alarm would go off. So I had break glass on the windows. I had every window in the house wired for break-in. The garage door, screen door, front door, the side door, the back door, every door had an alarm attached to it. Then after I realized that things were happening in my house, I got some small security cameras. I got baby monitors. Okay, I had baby monitors. I had trail cameras from monitoring the cats at the cat colony. So I brought some of them home, and then I bought more. I had those all in my backyard. Okay, I'm just going to tell you. I had trail cameras with SD cards. And the SD cards and the trail cameras were inside a metal box. Inside a metal box with a padlock on the box. This is in my backyard, okay? Every one of those SD cards were wiped clean. Every time. I had one of those trail cameras in my bedroom, my master bedroom, along with security cameras. And somebody would come in when I wasn't home, and they would move the camera, move the trail camera that I left in the wee corner of my bedroom facing the entrance to my bedroom, and they would move it. You would catch that somebody had moved the camera when I was not home, away from the front door. So somebody was coming in. I then purchased Arlo, an entire Arlo system for the house. So I had one on the porch. I actually had 2 on the porch, one facing out, one facing the porch. I had them elevated in the backyard on the side of the house, both sides of the house. I even had I had 2 of them inside the house, downstairs facing the door. Unfortunately, they had batteries, right? So after you charge the batteries, these criminals would come and drain the battery. They would also hack into the system and delete entire days of footage. Days, not hours, days of footage. So then with the monitoring alarm company, I ended up opting to purchase the installation of some of their security cameras. And they were working pretty good for a while until those were wiped clean too. So I had those facing my backyard, my front yard. Not a lot of them. It was just a little extra thing. But those were wiped clean too. Now you have to understand, I am paying a monthly service fee for the monitoring of those cameras. I purchased, I think it was like 8 or 10 Arlo cameras. The trail cameras with the metal boxes and stuff, they were costing about $200 a piece. Between that, the SD card, the padlock. And I had like 5 of those. And then I got sick of it. I purchased a hardwire system. I hired an electrician. He was up in my attic. He was running wires everywhere. While he was doing that, the electrician kept telling me, he says, you know, people keep driving by and watching what I'm doing. I said, yeah, I've got a lot of nosy neighbors. So, you know, it took him several hours to get it all hooked up, and it was working great for a while. It was a hardwire DVR, so it was recording. I had a screen, you know, with a keyboard and everything. It was like, you know, monitoring multiple live streams. So I had a computer screen with an image of all of the cameras all on one screen. So I could zoom into them, save them and stuff. That is some of the footage that is on my channel. If you type in the keyword Manalapan, New Jersey, or Tina Booth broke into my house, Manalapan, you can see that footage, because even though the criminals at the Manalapan Police Department, you know, Lieutenant Thomas Mantle, who's now a captain, Edward Neese, who is now the chief of police there, Sergeant Carey, the criminal, Anthony Casella, Reggie Grant. These are all the hockey puck criminals that were harassing me in Manalapan, New Jersey, in a home I lived in for 30 years as original owner. Oh, and we cannot forget about the retired chief of police, Michael Fountain. Yeah, he's a piece of crap, that's for sure. He hates women. If you wanted to learn more about Michael Fountain and the Manalapan Police Department, email me at alternativehomesteading@gmail.com, and I will provide you a copy of the lawsuit filed by one of their very own police officers after he became targeted for filing an internal affairs complaint about the chief of police. He became targeted. They labeled him an enemy of the state. They ordered him to have a mental health evaluation, took away his firearms. He called in sick one day. They sent a couple of police officers over there to make sure he was really homesick. Our tax dollars hard at work. Our tax dollars hard at work. And let's see, what else did he do? Oh, yes. The chief of police filed a complaint with the prosecutor's office. He lied. He actually fabricated a whole story about his own police officers that turned out to be false. Yes. And it came out in the lawsuit that this chief of police, Michael Fountain, who's retired, he would carry around file folders on all of his police officers that contained dirt. In case they got out of line, he would use this dirt against them. So if he's doing this on his very own police officers, what do you think he was doing to all the single women in the neighborhood like me? I could only imagine the file folder he had on me, the dirt that he collected. But hey, whatever he did, you know, my name was on the list. My name got on the list. But anyway, I digress. So yes, so those are the measures that I took to secure my home. I also had those baby monitors, and I think I mentioned in a couple of videos, for all the newcomers, welcome. My name is Lorraine. I moved from Manalapan, New Jersey, to a home I lived in for 30 years as original owner, and became targeted there. Moved to remote rural Kentucky. I can't really say what I was going to say. Kentucky. Kentucky, and the people here are really depraved, sick lunatics. I mean, you could see what they do here. Knocking over a 55-gallon water catchment just for the hell of it, just for fun. They do it for fun to harass me. So anyway, so this chief of police carried around files that contained dirt on all of his police officers. So this really does happen, folks. So for those of you guys that are targeted or think that you are, please know that the police, or at least some of them, are always involved. Nothing gets by the sheriff's department. The sheriff knows, the sheriff is the law of the land. They know everything that goes on. They know everything that goes on, and they absolutely know that you're targeted. They absolutely know what's happening to you, and they absolutely do nothing about it. Which means that they're complicit there in violation of their oaths to serve and protect. I don't mean to serve and protect their own asses. I mean to serve and protect those that they're supposed to be serving and protecting. You know, the U.S. Constitution and all that stuff. But anyway, you know, since I'm out here talking, did you notice that there 3 cars that drove by? 1, 2, 3. 3 vehicles that drove by on this remote rural area. Meanwhile, the entire time I was in the house and close to my house, like I was cleaning the windows on the cat's building, nobody drove by. But I'm out here recording, and that's what they're doing, and I hear my birds yapping up a storm there. So anyway, getting back to the security cameras, please leave a comment down below. Of course, you don't want to tell me what brands and stuff, but if you'd like to email me privately to tell me how you have been able to record. I know that when Jeff came to visit here, Jeff, the American guinea pig cash cow, I no longer speak to him, by the way. He no longer responds to my messages, and I don't know what his problem is, but I'm not going to go there. But he carried around this little tiny camera. It was very inexpensive, like $29, $30, and it worked really, really well. It clipped on, and he recorded everything with it. So I said, I want to get one of those, and I did. I actually purchased it while he was here. I've never been able to set it up. I don't know if somebody is sabotaging it after it's purchased, if somebody sabotages it while it's in transit. But this has been happening consistently. This is just a little $30 thing that I should be able to hook up right away. Can't do it. And I think, who was it? Gang stalking simulation. I think you have the same one. It's like a little black camera, about $30 that you clip on. If you can instruct me how to work it, I followed the instructions. I followed all the flashing lights and stuff. I still can't get it to record anything. But anyway, that's really what I need. In New Jersey, I actually had a police camera, body camera, that went on my body that I carried with me, and it worked really well. I have no idea where it is. I lost so many things when I moved from New Jersey to Kentucky. A lot of things were stolen, sabotaged, not where they're supposed to be. I have no idea. So, but I just wanted to give you the heads up that on the security and stuff, give you the heads up on how they sabotage cameras and everything. And let's go visit a rooster. And I don't know if you guys remember last year, one of my little girls who's gone, she hatched a little baby. I thought it was a girl. So I put the photos out there. I said, can we name this little girl? And everybody was saying, oh, it looks like Tina Turner. So I named my little girl Tina. Tina turned out to be a rooster. Tina. I haven't changed the name. Everybody says, oh, just change it to Tony. It's like, but he only knows Tina. Tina, come here, baby. Say hi. Say yes. I transitioned into a rooster. I was a girl. It was the cutest. He was the cutest baby. He had this hair that stuck up in the air. It was so cute. Like, there he goes. And then that one there, I named this one Johnny Depp. Just Johnny Depp. Why Johnny Depp? Because all this rooster wants to do is get laid. There he is, right there. There he goes. Yes, and Johnny Depp was born to this little black girl here, and for some reason she only hatches roosters. I don't know. Again, I thought it was like a little girl hen, and it turned out to be a rooster. I've got 7 roosters, guys. My poor girls. 7 roosters, even though the criminals have killed 2 of them. Stolen 1. No, it's still actually stolen 2 last year. I still keep breeding roosters. I don't know. But I hope everybody's doing well. Somebody had a request for to discuss more about the chickens. If there are people out there that want to know more about the chickens, I'll do a video about the chickens, because when I moved here, although I knew I wanted them, I knew nothing about them. In fact, I so knew nothing about them. I had no idea how horny roosters were. I knew nothing about roosters. But when you think about the language about getting laid, about being henpecked, about roosting, what are the other things? They all come from chickens and roosters and stuff. And here, look, watch. See, Henry was going after that girl. Henry's going after the girl. And that little girl is sitting inside of a cat igloo. Or sometimes they lay eggs in there. But here, I've got a sign for you guys. Hi, kitty. You say hi? Say hello. Hi. Say, that's Miss Kitty. Miss Kitty belongs to another targeted person who turned out to be a perp. And he left his 3 cats here. One of his cats got stuck in a building. I couldn't get it out and it died. Yeah, because he wouldn't allow me to put it inside the cat's building. The other cat here is Miss Kitty. She doesn't want to go inside, so she lives outside. And then Rex, Rexy Poo was his cat, big male cat. He was unalived by the criminals. I posted a video about Rex. Hi, girl. How are you? Hi. You say, I'm a redhead. Right? I'm a red girl. So when I moved here, I knew nothing about chickens. And actually, my neighbor gave me 2 chickens. I didn't know what to do with them because I didn't have a chicken coop or anything like that. I hadn't set up a chicken coop yet, so I had them in my house. Yes, I had them in my house in a huge Rubbermaid container. They were babies, little chickie poos. And then when they got bigger, I actually let them roost on the top of my chair. And I would just cover it with a blanket and a wee pad and stuff, and they would just hang out in my house. So I got very close with them. And one of them, unfortunately, was killed. Of course, that's what they do when you have pets that are triplets or twins or have close relationships. They will kill one of them. It traumatizes the other pet. In fact, what happens with my hens, then they stop laying eggs. When they get traumatized, they lose somebody, they stop laying eggs for a while. Oh, here they come. I was wondering where my guineas are. Here, check this out, guys. Let me run here. You got to see this. Here they come. I was wondering where they were. They went across the street. And now here they're gonna cross the creek. I think they're gonna cross the creek. Guys, where were you guys, huh? I heard them in the distance. But it's a little windy today and it carries, the air carries, the sound carries. There they are. So you're gonna cross the creek? Huh? You're gonna cross the creek. Oh, here comes some over there. So you walk the other direction. Come on, guys. What are you gonna do? How are you getting over here? I don't know. The creek's pretty high right now. They're so silly. Let's see if we can zoom them in here. They're so silly. They're probably walking, oh I know, they're going to walk up there so they can cross over a little easier. The creek is not as wide over there. But there they are. So anyway, I just got a low battery alert. So yeah, so when I moved here, I knew nothing about chickens. I didn't know anything about roosters. I kept my first 2 hens inside my house until I was able to buy a little coop. Like I bought them a little tiny coop. And then I renovated that log building that's chicken coop number 1. The former owner built it. It was a barber shop. It was actually one of those old barber chairs in there, barber cutting tools and stuff. So I had to empty that out, and that chair weighed a ton. Of course, I had to hire somebody to do all this work. And then I converted that into a chicken coop. And then I purchased a little chicken coop. And then the year after that, I purchased that chicken coop right here from a shed company, the same company that built this shed and my cat's building. And so these are the little chicken coops that I purchased. And it depends on where you live and stuff, if you've got a backyard. Hi, Chirp. So I purchased this. This is sort of like a plastic. You snap everything in place. You snap it together. You've got a little place here where they can lay eggs. And then I purchased this cage here. So I would separate the kiddos. And then these little ones. And this is what the criminals did. They removed the roof here. This is what it's supposed to look like. And the criminals stole the roof here. Just envious, jealous losers. So yeah, here are my chickie poos over here. They're hanging out. They're hanging out here. That's Chirp. And then what I did is, and then another neighbor gave me, I named Snow White. It was this big white female hen. What he failed to tell me that it was a meat bird. I didn't know the difference between a meat bird and a regular bird. I don't eat meat. I don't eat chicken. See? There goes. Tina, stop chasing her. Oh my goodness. This is what they do. He's doing the dance now. He's doing the little rooster. Look at them. This is what goes on all day long. So anyway, so he gave me a meat bird. I didn't know it was a meat bird, and I loved this hen, but it got so fat. And then finally, like my other neighbor said, you know that's a meat bird. I said, no, I don't know it's a meat bird. She said, well, that's why it's so big. You have to kill it. And it's like, what? So this was probably intentional. I mean, people around here know the difference between a meat bird and a regular one. So he gave me a meat bird. When I get really attached to it, it got so heavy and it got egg bound and it died. So there are a lot of things that I did not know about chickens, hens, roosters. Hens do not need a rooster to lay an egg. I didn't know that either. I thought they had to have a rooster to lay an egg. Hens will lay eggs over and over and over again until they can't lay them anymore. And if you want babies, if you want fertilized eggs, then you need a rooster. Because then when they lay the eggs and they start getting that little nurturing mommy, wanting to be a mommy mood, they'll sit on their eggs until they hatch. They'll only hatch if they've been fertilized by a rooster. So there are a lot of different kinds of foods that I purchase for them. I try to buy as organic food as possible because it does affect the taste and quality of the eggs. It affects the health of the animal. And of course, obviously, I'm eating the eggs. It affects my health. I don't want genetically modified grain and stuff. There were a lot of people YouTube creators that are also homesteaders and farmers that were complaining over the summertime that their hens stopped laying. The defining characteristic of all of them is that they were eating the same feed from Tractor Supply. Once they switched out the feed, their hens started to lay again. So no, I don't purchase feed from Tractor Supply. I purchase a lot of my feed, organic feed, from Chewy.com, just the way I do cat food. So yes, I can purchase Chewy bird feed, crack corn, sunflower seeds, bird feed on Chewy.com, and they'll deliver it, you know, free of charge if it's $50 or more. So I just add it to the auto ship and they'll send it to me. There's also a local person that I purchased a crack corn and sunflower seeds from. There is a delivery fee. It's not ridiculous, and he's got a lot of good stuff, so I've got to place an order there soon. But that's a little bit on a security system alarm, a little evidence on what's happened here after I connected my cameras. Hopefully you can see this hilarious photo. And a little bit on chickens, on my experiences having chickens when I first moved here. Look at my cat here. Are you okay? I don't know if you could see her, it's too sunny. Look at her, she's standing up. Do you want to come out? You want to come out? Come on out. So anyway, this is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. Please hit the thumbs up. You want to come out and play? Want to come out and play? Come on. It's sunny. Anyway, I'm going to go for now. And I hope everybody's doing well on this gorgeous Sunday. And I do want to record another video. I've got another video on remote neural monitoring that I want to post. And please, if you have time, review the video that I posted yesterday on the mind reading, remote neural monitoring, mind reading implants, the implants and mind reading video. I need to do have a discussion about that and what they're doing on the side. That was dated 2018. They have formed groups, little groups and clubs, like the Hive Mind, little Hive Mind cliques on the internet on Discord. And I really think that these people are hacking real-time brains. I think that they're being put to use surreptitiously to hack people, targeted people like you and I. Oh, and she did mention DARPA. So DARPA is involved. I'm sure DARPA is funding their little nonprofit project, but I don't know for sure. Here they go. But I hope everybody's doing well. If you have an opportunity to watch that video, I think it's like 19 minutes long, maybe 20 minutes, something like that. It's fascinating and despicable, and I was so angry after watching it and doing a little deep dive on what they do now. So I went to their YouTube channel, watched a couple of their videos to see that they're actually they're hacking brains. They think it's fun. It's fun to be able to monitor a brain to see when it's focused or unfocused, and then zap it when it's not focused. But how about when targeted people are focused and they don't want you to focus and have a lasting thought? Then they'll zap you, or have your phone ring, or have a perp drive by. So the reverse happens. It's not funny. They want to play God. They want to play God and hack a brain. And she's laughing about it. But I have to listen to her demeanor in the video and her pauses, her very uncomfortable, giddy pauses, like a true psychopath. But anyway, this is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading signing off for now.